So, into other results, it was the round 13 of the NRL, and it started on Thursday, didn't it? The Dragons 16, the Roosters 24. Ryan Hall played for the Roosters, 5 tackle busts and 174 metres, but was criticised for some of his play outside of that. The Seagulls 22, the Warriors 26 in a surprise result in that match, but well done to the Warriors. Rabbitohs 28, Broncos 10, although both our boys on either side of the field scored a try. Burgess with a try and 159 metres. Finally actually getting a try for all the running metres he's done this year rather than just dropping it before the line. And Farnworth grabbed a try as well in the Broncos effort there. It was the Storm 41, the Bulldogs 10. Luke Thompson played for the Bulldogs in that one, but was dominated. His team was dominated there. The Knights 44, West Tigers 4 in another one-sided game. The Panthers 28, the Raiders 12. The Panthers were almost perfect, especially in the first half of this game. The Raiders won the second half, but that's not enough for them. Whitehead had 5 tackle busts. John Bateman had 46 tackles, no missed tackles. Sutton and Williams also played, but the Panthers outclassed the Raiders. It was the Sharks 12, the Eels 14, and the Titans 30, the Cowboys 10, as the Titans become the Kings of Queensland. Do you want to give us the standings then, Sarah?
Yeah, so the Panthers start up on 23 points ahead of the Storm and Eels on 22 points, and the Roosters in 4th on 18 points. The Raiders have 16 points, Knights have 15 points, with the Rabbitohs and Sharks making up the top 8 with 14 points. Sea Eagles have 12, West Tigers and Warriors have 10, the Dragons and the Titans have 8, Cowboys and the Broncos have 6, and the Bulldogs at the bottom on 4 points.
Yeah, it sort of looks a little bit ominous when you see the Storm and the Roosters in the top 4, but the Panthers and the Eels are still playing really well and picking up wins. Okay, we're going to move now on to predictions for round 9 of Super League, and we'll pick out the Brit Watch picks for the NRL as well. Predictions time for round 9 in Super League, Sarah, which this time has the early kickoff on Saturday rather than Sunday. It's 1 p.m. Of course, it's on Sky, as all the games are. Huddersfield, after a week off, playing Warrington after, well, a second half off, I suppose, in a way. Where do you see this one being won or lost?
I think this potentially could be one of the closer matches. But I've gone for a Warrington win. I think that they've got good players everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, this was a harder one to choose. Like you say, hoping for a close game. I think Huddersfield have been involved in close games this year, but Warrington just probably have a slightly better quality of player across the board. Only slightly. I'm going to go Warrington.
You just feel as well, like Huddersfield's goal kicking let them down last week, and if it comes to a close run thing, is that going to be a difference for them?
Yeah, and you also think if it gets close, Warrington have got more in reserve to pull off the bench maybe, or they've got, I think, more they can do to change their best side, whereas I'm not sure Huddersfield have as much to change their best side when it's on the pitch.
Yeah,
and Gaskell's obviously ruled out for 5 weeks, isn't he?
Which
with a broken finger,
blow, yeah.
Which could be a blow to Huddersfield, because he was, quite influential for them going forward. He's got his problems defensively, he always has and always will, but going forward has been a big influence. So, and it's a new halfback combination now that they'll have to pick up in it. But they've had an extra week. We'll see. I'm going Wire by 8 though. I'm with you. I think Wire are just better. Next game up on Saturday, 4:15 p.m. It's Salford versus Catalans. Another one that's maybe tough to pick because both teams had thumping wins last week.
Yeah, I've gone for Salford simply because I think that Catalans are still consistently inconsistent. Yeah,
I think that's a fair observation. I've just pegged Catalans though. Catalans by 4, and what I did is I sort of thought who's going to be playing for each team, and Catalans have got Tompkins coming back. That might counteract some of the inconsistency from some of the other players, having a player of that quality and also going to be determined, because he's missed 2 games, to make an influence coming back into things. So, and actually, they missed Mickey McIlorum last week. He probably will be back this week, you would hope. But DaCosta and Garcia did really good jobs out of dummy half, which was a surprising positive for Catalans. So I'm just going to edge for Catalans, but I would not be shocked either way in this one. With any sort of outcome, it could be a one-sided win for either side or a very close game. The sort of main event on Saturday, if you will, the top of the bill game is Wigan versus Leeds, 6:30 p.m. kickoff.
I can only see it being Wigan, unless Leeds pulls something spectacular out the bag.
Yeah, Wigan did themselves no favours in the back end of the game this week against Wakefield, and so Leeds will be hoping to kind of do a Huddersfield game performance maybe from that sort of thing. But you'd hope that some of Wigan's young players, maybe Smithies, didn't perform to how you normally expect him to perform. Isa, normally so consistent, was below par for Wigan, and George Burgess will be missing for one game, which is a worry for Wigan, because they're already short with Flower, Clubb, O'Loughlin being injured, Flower being suspended as well as injured, and Partington being suspended too. So they'll have to find something there, Wigan will, but you wouldn't bet against Wigan finding another 19-year-old forward to impress us all, maybe, or 20-year-old, maybe Ben Kilner or someone could come out and play. But we'll see. I'm going Wigan by 10. I can't not see. I just think Leeds have been bad, haven't they? And Wigan should be able to take advantage of that. If we don't, then I'll be really annoyed. Into Sunday, 3:15, St Helens versus Wakefield. Saints by 20. Have you got anything else to add?
Only that Wakefield, in my head, are a bit of a bogey team for Saints, but I still think Saints will do it.
And these games are, of course, being played at the Totally Wicked Stadium, where Saints have been doing most of their training anyway. I hope it's not going to have a negative effect on the pitch that they've been training there. It shouldn't do, but yeah. Saints to win for both of us there. Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Hull FC versus Castleford. This is the game 1 of the double-header for these two sides.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this could be a very, very close match, given how rubbish they both are.
Yeah, do you think Gareth O'Brien will come straight back in for Cass, and do you think Hull will make any major changes? Do you think Last will pull the sword on anyone?
Last has said he will get rid of players that don't perform, but I mean, personally, I'd drop the 2 wingers, bring Swift and Ferramo in for a start, and then make numerous other changes as well. But I think O'Brien probably will come in for Cass, especially because of Matautia being suspended. I've gone for Hull because I just can't quite not. I nearly did.
It's a mental coin flip one for this one. I've just gone for Cass. I think because Cass were poor, but it was kind of their own doing, as much as in a way that it was like they were guilty of doing like significant things. Seni Lefeo's drop, the sin bin in, the penalty immediately after the sin bin in, the dropped in their own in-goal area. Those big moments, they punished themselves, whereas I think Hull were just consistently more well beaten. So I think what Castleford got wrong is maybe slightly easier to fix in a week, maybe. But all results wouldn't surprise me. I'm going Cass by 6. Okay, NRL Round 14 Brit Watch picks. Sarah, do you want to take us through where we might be able to see some of our own in the NRL this week?
Yep, so it's Roosters against Storm Thursday at 10:50. Then it's the Cowboys against the Rabbitohs Saturday at 8:30. The Raiders against the Broncos Saturday at 10:35. And then the West Tigers against the Bulldogs Sunday at 7:05.
Yep, check your local listings to find out which one of those will be on Sky, as they've reduced the NRL coverage now, but make sure you do get your fan views in on any and every piece of rugby league you watch over the next week. Look out for the links on Twitter to the Google form, or go on to superleaguepod.com and find links on the episode blog post there as well for you to give us your views to go through next week. That's pretty much everything. We're just going to wrap up with a little bit of a quiz, maybe some recommendations, and then we'll say goodbye for the week. So wrap up time, which starts with the SLP quiz. I've gone recent with this quiz in terms of it's all players who scored tries this weekend in Super League. All you need to do is guess who they are from their career journey. So I think increasing in difficulty. Put your League Express down so we don't get any any hints, everyone at home listening. But we've got 3 players to go through, so let's start with... He started his career in 2005. He's played at Wigan, at Widnes on loan, at Hull KR and Catalans. And he scored a try this weekend. So he started his career in 2005, starting his career at Wigan, having a loan spell at Widnes, moving to Hull Kingston Rovers after Wigan, and then now at Catalans.
No.
It's Joel Tompkins.
Of course it is, yeah.
He started at Swinton in 2014. After being a student rugby league player, I think. He then moved to Hull KR, and then finally he's now at Salford.
Is it Chris Whallam?
It's Chris Atkin.
Oh.
Half right, you got the first name right. Okay, finally, he began at West Tigers in 2013. He's since played for Penrith Panthers, Warrington, and also Rochdale on loan. So he's a Warrington player. Scored a try this weekend.
I can picture him.
What does he look like?
Well, I say I can picture him like, you know... Primrose and blue jersey. No, you have to tell me.
Sitaleki Akuala.
That isn't actually who I was thinking of.
Headband, dripping with sweat.
Yeah.
Only after doing 3 runs and then has to go off. Any other business time then, Sarah? Any recommendations this week? What any stories to tell from life in Hull this week?
I don't think so. I was really racking my brain. I can't think of any recommendations to make at all, I'm afraid.
I guess we had your sort of story at the top as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was more show related, like rugby related sort of thing this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just been a week, really.
Do you feel like some of the weeks at the moment are kind of almost like early on in proper lockdown? There was everything was more notable, like it was different, and now we're kind of moved into more things being the same, even though there's some things that aren't. That it kind of it's losing its significance and notability,
yeah,
and hopefully people aren't becoming complacent with that, but it kind of feels like maybe there is a bit of that, doesn't it?
I think, like, when you hear some people talking, there's a lot of complacency around. I think that because it's the summer holidays, I'm kind of very aware of how different things are from normal summer.
Less plans, less places to go, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And